welcome to the Frugal Frau. I'm Sukey, your host, and today we're going to show you how to make a COVE molding, and it's part of a video series which we'll hope you'll watch. And before we get started, please like, subscribe, and comment, and post your questions in the comments too. So let's get started. The square stock has already been squared and cut to a 7/8 inch square rod size so that we can make a 7/8 inch COVE molding. Tom is marking the outer boundary on the adjacent faces. This is approximately 1/8 inch. After marking, Tom sets an end screw at the end of the stock into the shooting board he is using to steady the stock during the shaping process. He does the same on the edge, just at about halfway point. Tom marked secondary boundaries for the initial waste removal, shaded in red in the diagram, and with pencil crosshatch on the wood stock. He deepens the lines with the utility knife. Tom further enhances the boundary line for this initial cut on the upper face using a rabbet plane held at a slight angle to that line. And you can see that the line got much more enhanced. This provides an edge for the rabbet plane to cut against when removing this first section of waste. Now he can begin removing most of the waste using more of the force of the rabbet plane. And he'll proceed this way down the entire length of the stock. So this first bit of waste removal is basically just cutting a square-shaped rabbet. Now that a good portion of the center part of the waste has been removed, Tom uses a round or round-over plane to start the concave COVE. Round planes and hollow planes are labeled based on the blade shape. The round plane cuts a concave round, and the hollow plane cuts a convex round. These planes are often sold in pairs with matching radius. At this point, he's careful to cut just to the marked, scratched lines of the outer edges of the COVE that he marked earlier, which in this case is the 1/8 inch from the edge mark. As he gets close to the edge, he will have to remove the screw that he had placed in the center to help hold it against the shooting board. As Tom gets close to the bottom edge of this COVE, remember that we had placed that screw to hold it against the shooting board. Now we'll have to remove that screw, as was done off camera. And you can see that the trim will flex a little bit because of that. And here's a nice side or low angle view of making those final cuts. Once the COVE contour is to your satisfaction, you can just burnish the inside curve with the spills, as you see Tom doing here. It's all done, and now Tom can just unscrew it from the shooting board.